Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to award season. This is the show where we talk about movies and television shows that we feel will be around for next year's award season.
Correct.
I'm Highlight.
I'm Abraham.
And this is award season.
Your hustle for your last name, legacy. Your family, legacy. Your legacy, legacy. It's all about your last name, legacy. Your family, legacy. Your legacy. Always remember that. Never forget that. Never forget that. For your ancestors. For the ancestors. Make them proud. Let's make them proud. And don't forget your hustle for your last name. Legacy. Your family. Legacy. Your legacy. 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 It's all about your family. Legacy. Last name. Legacy. Your legacy. Legacy. Legacy.
Let's get into it.
All right.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I don't think it was the best, biopic I've ever seen, but I would say that Michael is a feel-good movie.
Okay.
It's something that you leave the theater really, really reminiscing over the times that you spent watching Michael Jackson. I thought about the first time I ever saw Michael Jackson in my parents' bedroom watching the TV, and I started moving, like my body trying to emulate his moves. And this was like in the 80s. This was in the early 80s to some degree. So I'm aging myself for this moment.
That's all good.
But, I have so many fond memories with him. Michael Jackson just reminds me of greatness, of great moments in life, great times. The 80s was actually a fun time.
It was.
Outside of the crack epidemic, you know what I'm saying? But if you weren't in a really terrible neighborhood and you didn't have a family member who was affected by that, you were kind of insulated from that. And Michael Jackson and Prince provided an outlet, along with the Cosby Show and,
Right.
certain things.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's nostalgia. It just brings me back to good times. The Breakfast Club. Revenge of the Nerds. All of these different Back
all
to the
that.
Future. All these different shows and movies that were so influential
And wholesome.
and very fun, just feel good, and that's what Michael Jackson represents.
It's so drastic difference between now than then.
Yeah, it is.
The times.
Like even right now, when you think about the critics, they've given it a 38% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the critics, I feel like they're looking for some kind of scandal or some kind of
Salacious.
some kind of negative perception of him to be revealed.
Right.
And it's like, look, people are very familiar of all the scandals that happened with him in the later part of his life, but the man did a lot of good.
A lot of good.
And a lot of impact on this world, and the box office is showing it. Like 217 million at the box office, and honestly, they haven't even really accounted for the later part of Sunday.
And it's the opening weekend.
Yeah, it's the opening weekend.
Yeah.
And you probably have another 5 to 10 million that was collected on the later part of Sunday, because those numbers came out around 2:00 on Sunday.
Yeah.
So, Michael is doing pretty well, and I'm happy for the family because the Jackson family produced the film.
Everyone co-signed that. I kind of wonder about Janet, why she didn't want to be a part of the film.
I'm not sure.
I mean, it's not her story. It's Michael.
Well, I just feel like that family has a little bit of a fractured vibe to them. Like they come together in certain moments, but I feel like some of them just don't get along with each other. And It's none of our business. I don't know for sure. There's no confirmation of what the situation is.
Right.
Maybe Janet is actually just going through her own things and doing her own things. So we'll never know.
Right.
But I'm just happy to see that when I saw the credits, I saw that
I stayed for the credits as well.
His sons were producers
Yes.
and his brothers were producers.
Yes.
It was a really cool vibe, and they created a company just to make this movie happen. So I'm
And
happy.
then they
about
said that Catherine Jackson really liked the movie as well.
it. I'm glad.
Yeah.
And for all those out there who want to go see this movie, you're gonna see a lot of performances.
Yeah. A lot of performances.
It's a lot of Michael introspection. Like it's like him pondering his next move.
Right. It's all inner.
And
a lot of the inner work.
Thinking about what he wants to do.
Manifesting.
To project, because he feels like he wants to be the biggest star in the world, and that's something that he thought about pretty young. Like he wanted that pretty young, so he was, like destined for greatness because he knew it at a young age, and he was focused. Yes.
Yeah.
And I even like the fact that they only really showed, Joe Jackson in a negative light as far as him beating him, like 2 instances. Like he actually beat him, and then another time when they closed the door and you saw that he was going to give him a butt whipping. Like they didn't belabor that, because when it comes down to it, that was a different time. And
I mean, we all got our ass whooped.
yeah, a
back
lot
then.
of kids were getting their butt whipped, so it's not really something, like we can't speak to his personal experience of how far his father went, but
Right. Do you
Right.
think he was abusive, the father? Or
I can never know.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
We'll never know. But I can tell you right now, the end result was greatness. Was like
I mean, if
superior
it
greatness.
wasn't for him, we would not be the Jacksons.
Yeah, and the thing about it, like when I think about it as a parent, you have to push your sons, especially because there'll be many of them who want to try, especially when there are multiple children. There'll be many of them who want to try to give up or just quit or go the easy route because it's just easier and feels more comfortable to do things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when somebody's telling you, no, you got to practice this, you got to work on this, you got to get prepared. But when he gets in front of Berry Gordy is so amazed. He's saying, yo, you know what? You are singing this song better than Smokey Robinson. like Smokey
crazy.
Robinson came up with this song and you are singing it better than him, and you're a
he's-
child.
You're a kid.
Yeah. So,
I mean, it was great that Lorenz Tate played Barry Gordy.
I love that.
He was
I love
great.
that. Yeah. I thought about him immediately. I thought about him playing, what was it, Richie Valley or Frankie Valley, the kid?
Frankie.
What's the,
Why Fools Fall
Why
in
the
Love.
Fool Fall in Love with
Yeah.
Halle Berry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought about him immediately when I thought about that.
And the guy who played Quincy Jones, he was good as well.
Yeah, that's the guy from
Insecure.
Insecure.
Yeah. He was great.
Yeah, I liked him.
I thought the casting was great.
Yeah.
I thought that Nia Long gave something different than Angela Bassett playing Katherine Jackson.
Well, I feel like Katherine Jackson's role in that Jackson Family American Dream was a little bit more defiant, and this one was more subdued. It was more like,
more mannerisms.
yeah, more like she was
Looks.
supporting with quiet and stillness and eyes and
Yeah.
and just, like she didn't like usurp her husband in any way,
I believe that Katherine Jackson is more like the way Lena Long played her than.
She probably was, because I feel like they sensationalized. I mean, not to take away from Angela Bassett's
not
performance,
at all, not
but
at all.
I feel like they kind of sensationalized it a little bit so they can get a little bit more of a conflict in that first movie, or whatever.
Right.
And we all loved the movie.
I mean, I love the first movie.
And the first movie, we didn't really know this backstory
No.
of him, beating his son. So it was kind of like jarring for us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But now that you know the history, the whole story, it wasn't necessary. I really like what Antoine Fuqua did.
Oh yeah.
I don't really think it
I
was
also
necessary
learned
to do
that the
something.
girl who played Ola Ray in this film
Okay.
is his sister. His sister.
Antoine Fuqua's sister?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He played Cassie's
Yeah.
sister.
What's the girl's name? Kat?
Oh, the one who played Susan
Diana Ross. The one who played Diana Ross, and they took her out the film. She's not in the film. Like they took Diana Ross's part out of the film.
Who was playing her?
A woman named Kat. I can't remember her name right now, full name, but her, she shot her scenes, and
I didn't know this.
something.
I didn't know about,
it was
about this.
based on I guess something with litigation. They didn't want to have any kind of issues with, I guess, Diana Ross or something like that. So they just took that whole segment out the film. She was supposed to show up and around the Studio 54 part, and it was basically Diana Ross. This is what they say. So I read that Diana Ross was pivotal in Michael Jackson coming to his own and essentially deciding to go solo and wanting to be, away from the Jackson 5. You know what I'm saying? So that era was supported by her. So essentially, they had to cut those parts out. So I really wonder what that would have looked like. And maybe on the next film, because this film is successful, maybe they actually can use some of that footage in the next film and basically say, like, boom, this is a flashback or whatever from that time. and maybe they'll use that actress or whatever, or just reshoot the whole thing. Who knows? But
Right,
you know,
right.
they're essentially saying that you know it was the Diana Ross who didn't want that stuff in the film.
Okay.
And I think it had also to do with that they were kind of alluding to Diana Ross having some kind of entanglement or relationship with Michael when he was like, you know,
In his 20s.
early 20s, late teens, you know what I'm saying, that type of thing. So, you know, that's one area she probably didn't ever want to have
Probably,
you know,
probably.
addressed. You know.
What was your favorite part of the movie?
Favorite part of the movie was probably Thriller.
Okay.
Thriller, you know, I really enjoyed the Thriller segment, whatever, even though it was kind of brief, whatever. I
Yeah.
really just, because I've always loved, and I mean, leading up to Thriller when he was in the studio trying to decide whether or not it was going to be Human Nature
Or
whether
the
or not
title
it
of the
was gonna be,
album, yeah.
whether it's going to be Human Nature or it was going to be Thriller, and he decided to go with Thriller, and he was watching the footage of, I guess that was
Vincent Price.
Vincent Price, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So essentially, you know, Michael was a creative dude, and you can see he had a director's instinct.
Yeah.
The fact that he with
with
the shooting from afar to be able to shoot the feet, and when I think about it,
the John Landis.
all the stuff today that you see with dance moves are shot wide angle so people can see the feet. You know what I'm saying? It's just like Gene Kelly and Fred Astaire. You know what I'm saying? So it's smart because he was looking at reason why people are so drawn to dancing is because they see the entire body move in one unison. And you know, I was a former dancer myself, so that's one of the areas that I look at as well when I say, oh, I see the entire, you know, composition of the dance move, you know what I'm saying, as opposed to seeing the hand move, but you don't see the feet. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So that was a
Right.
really smart play on Michael Jackson understanding that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So what's your favorite part of the movie?
My favorite part of the movie was his inner process of all the affirmations he used.
When he was putting them on the wall.
On the
Yeah,
wall.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's really it.
Yeah.
I think it's really important. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think Michael, his connection to his mother was very pivotal, and the fact that they would watch movies together with ice cream, and it shows that he was really a mama's boy, and
It's
was really-
relatable.
yeah, he was really just looking for a friend, and the animals he got a giraffe, he got a snake, he got a monkey, he got a
rat-
llama,
a rat.
a rat, and the funny thing about it that I didn't know is that all that time that he was going through Off the Wall, and he was even doing Thriller and post Thriller, he was living with his family. He was in the house with them. So his breakaway
He
was
was
really
really
around
grounded.
Bad.
Yeah. Right.
Like when he went to Bad, he got the Neverland Ranch and all that type of stuff, and then he basically, started doing more surgery. He got a little lighter. But it was the vitiligo. They showed in the movie that he had vitiligo spots on his arms, and it was progressing. So I don't know how much he was trying to cover that up. We don't know. We'll never know how much he was trying to cover that
Do you
up.
think that Joe Jackson is a villain in this movie?
No, I don't think he was a villain. I think he can be perceived as a villain,
Right.
but I don't think he was the villain. I think he is someone who he was an obstacle that Michael had to go past or go through
He had to confront.
to become who he was. Without Joe Jackson, I don't think Michael Jackson even becomes the worldwide superstar that he is, because if you really think about it, that Pepsi tour, even though he burned his head, that Pepsi tour with the family is what basically allowed him to now become an international superstar. Because that tour, I was too young to kind of even remember or see it.
I
whatever, like
remember.
that.
I didn't see this tour, but I remember the tour.
But the tour was so big and it hit so many people in the stateside and nationwide that it made all the people who bought Thriller around the world want that same experience. And that's when he became an international superstar. Between Thriller and Bad, he became so big that you had he couldn't walk the regular. He couldn't even do what he did in the movie where he stood on top of the limo in the middle of a crowd or whatever. He couldn't do that anymore ever. He couldn't just walk around with one security guard. anymore. You know what I'm saying?
He needs several.
He
And
needed a crew,
disguises.
and he needed disguises. So that shift happened because his father got with Don King, and
I never knew about that part.
I didn't know about it either. You know, but Don King was big in the '80s.
And that was Deion Cole who played.
Yeah, Deion Cole played
Yeah.
Don King.
He looked weird playing in that role, but it was funny.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was more about the fact that he's a comedian.
Yeah.
We're used to him being funny, and he played something that was somewhat dramatic. you
Yeah.
know? And I like it about because I've actually seen Deion in a few things. Well, mostly comedies, but he has that timing and dry wit where he could actually play someone a little.
I mean, it's my
bit.
first time seeing him in that light.
Yeah, I mean, but he has it.
No,
I've
he
seen it.
definitely he was
I've
good.
seen it. When he was on Blackish, you saw a lot of his jokes were not like slap your leg
Right,
funny. They were
right.
like funny, contrarian,
Right.
you know,
True, that's true.
oddball. You know, it
True,
was very, very different, but it was always funny. He always nailed the joke. So,
Yeah.
you know, I would say my favorite performance in this film was Jafar Jackson.
Yeah, Jafar was amazing.
It was he invites you in and you see Michael, but you just see a likable guy
Right.
all around, and you see the softness, you see the vulnerability, you see the fact that he is like being forced to do stuff, and he's doing it in spite because he's just like, yo, I got to do this for my family, I got to do this for my father.
The burden.
Yeah, the burden that he carried, or whatever.
Yeah.
You see it, and then you see the all the scenes where he went to the hospital with the kids.
Yeah.
you
A
know?
lot of people didn't know about that part
Yeah.
either.
Yeah, I didn't know about that either. And the fact that when he got burned, he's in there with another burn victim, basically supporting him. And then he gives all the money from the accident to the hospital. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, Michael Jackson was an amazing person, and you know he will be missed. I remember that 2009. I think it was June 25th.
Yeah, it was.
June 25th, 2009. The NBA draft
Yeah.
was happening that same day, and
Yeah.
we found out
That he died.
about him dying, and that was something
Crazy.
that we'll never forget. I'll
Yeah.
never forget that date. You know,
I mean, how old were you when the Thriller video came out? Because it came out in 1983.
I
It
was
came out-
probably 4. Wow. Yeah, and I don't think I was cognizant of it until '84, when he was like, you know, I guess Grammys.
Okay.
The beginning of the year for the Grammys, because that's when he won all those Grammys awards.
Right.
And I think he performed at the Grammys too.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
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 That's probably my first recollection. I don't even think I even saw the Motown 25 live.
Yeah,
I think I
that.
saw it.
I saw the live.
I think I saw it like on a repeat because
Right.
my back then they had VHS
Yeah,
tapes or
right,
beta
right.
tapes, and they recorded it.
Right,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. What did you think of Nia Long's performance?
solid. I don't think it really required a lot from her.
Yeah.
Because it was more in the stillness of her eyes and her quiet strength, you know. So I'm not trying to, you know, knock that. In
No,
any
I thought
way.
it was
I'm just
great.
saying it just wasn't.
I think it was smart.
Yeah, it wasn't like.
It's more internal.
Yeah, it didn't require so much that you.
It wasn't over the
even-
top.
Yeah.
It was subdued.
I don't think it would render or even earn like any kind of nomination of any kind. You know
No.
what I'm saying? I think Jafar though could get like a Golden Globe nomination from this. And it would be tough because the critics are panning the movie, but I could see
It's still possible.
Yeah, I could see it based on how well this movie does. If this movie does more than $500 million,
It's definitely going to do that.
we'll see. Because, you know, it's a good open weekend, but stuff slowed down, especially in this time. So it has to keep at this pace. But if it does more than $500 million, I feel like they would be incentivized to reward this movie at least with the best actor, you know, in the musical comedy,
True.
you know, nomination category, you know.
Off the record, what's your favorite Michael Jackson album? Off the Wall or Thriller? Or Bad? What's your favorite Michael
It
Jackson?
has to be Thriller
Really?
for me.
Really?
Thriller, and then Bad is second, and then Off the Wall.
Okay.
And then I even like History.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
And I would say Dangerous is all right.
Dangerous is good.
Yeah.
Dangerous is good.
The one with You Rock My World.
Yeah.
That one was that's probably
Invincible.
the least favorite. Invincible, yeah,
Yeah,
that's my least favorite one.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's a solid career.
Yeah.
No.
Solid career.
Solid.
One of the best careers ever. Like he got three. Look, if you put the record sales, just the record sales of Off the Wall, which did at that time like
Yeah. And
12 million.
And people buy actual albums.
by an actual album, it did like 12
No
million.
downloads.
Which back then, 12 million back then, like 1980, 1979, something like that. 12 million
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah.
And then it only got one Grammy win. And then you now go to Thriller, which back then, like in the 80s, it did over 56 million in the 80s, okay?
Yeah.
Now that album, I don't even know where it's at. It's over 100 million sales total, but you know what I'm saying? Like that's one album of 9 songs that sold 56 million copies in the 80s. And then you had Bad, which did 20 million copies. Like, come on, man.
And plus the music videos.
Think about it like this. I give you perspective. The biggest artist right now, record sales wise, is probably Taylor Swift.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay. Now I don't know what her record sale count is at right now because everything's at streams and all that type of stuff. But I don't think she has more than one album that has more than 10 million sold. And we factor in inflation, we factor in all these other factors, whatever. I don't think she has one album. She might have one album that has 10 million sold. Okay. That man has 3 that have over nuts numbers because Off the Wall over time has done over 20 something, 30 million copies.
I mean, here's comparisons between Michael Jackson and Beyonce.
Yeah.
Was that a fair assessment?
No.
It's not.
I think it's Michael Jackson, everybody else. It's that simple. It's that simple. And the only person, this is just personally for me, the only person, not record sales wise, but only person that can rock with him artistry wise is Prince.
That's fair.
That's it. I
That's
think
fair.
it's Michael Jackson, Prince, everybody else. That's what I look at it as.
Yeah. You never saw Prince in concert?
No,
Not
never
Michael
saw
Jackson either?
Nope.
I saw Prince in concert. I never saw Michael Jackson in
Yeah,
concert.
I was not able to afford those type of tickets.
I mean, I know,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
It's insane. What do you think is going to be the part 2 of this? The sequel is going to be like?
Oh man, I feel like being at the end of the 1988,
Right.
they're probably more than likely going to start from the success of Bad, because Bad, they ended with that concert, but Bad was his own thing because he had the music video with
Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes,
Wesley Snipes.
and it changes his entire image, and that's when we first saw Michael Jackson being liked, because Michael Jackson took like a year or 2-year
Years old.
break away from everybody, from like 1980, the end of 1985 to like the beginning of 1987. You didn't even see him. You know what I'm saying? He was just incognito. He bought the Neverland Ranch. He was doing all kinds of stuff, buying a bunch of animals and stuff like that, creating a zoo. So you didn't even see him. He was just, that was intentional. He
Yeah.
wanted to be mysterious, and you only see him when you see him. He started wearing costumes and things of that nature. So then when he came out with the Bad album, I remember my father, who purchased the Bad album on a record and he bought it on a CD, he was like, but he didn't say anything because his reverence and love for Michael Jackson wouldn't allow him to really talk about the fact that this dude was now 2 or 3 shades lighter. He was literally like, but he did it because he loved Michael Jackson.
I mean, black culture. I mean, everyone loves the Jacksons.
Yeah.
Totally.
So from Bad, probably all the way to the end of the 90s. It'll probably go to maybe the first allegation of
Which happened in the 90s.
that happened in the early 90s,
90s.
whatever. He was dealing with that the whole time. He did the History album after that, and I think he did Dangerous after that as well. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I think that'll probably cover the whole late 80s to the 90s. early 2000s to his demise in 2009 will probably be a third movie because, you know, I think this has to be like a three-parter.
It has to be.
Yeah.
I mean, what a life.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking, what, 40 years in the music industry from the age of 9 or, what, 10, because he was basically pretending to be 8. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So to go from Gary, Indiana to
Yeah.
the world,
That's crazy.
it's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, out of the whole Jackson family, who, other than Michael, who do you like?
I like Janet. I always like Tito because he
Tito.
had the guitar. You know, Jackie, because Jackie always seemed like the big brother who was protective and supported his family. So those were the ones I liked. I didn't
Okay.
know Rebe because she never saw Rebe.
Not a fan of Jermaine. My
No.
jam was from Jermaine was don't take it
Do
personal.
what you do.
Oh, do what you do and don't
Yeah.
take it personal.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't really a fan of Jermaine because I knew that him and Michael had beef, and I kind of always looked at him as like he was leaving his family alone or like not really rocking with his family. And I was really in support of the family,
Right,
you know?
right.
So, yeah. But, yeah, my favorite would be Michael,
Janet,
Janet, would be Tito.
Tito. Not a fan of
and-
Latoya songs.
No, I don't rock with Latoya. She seemed like she was selling out her family for outsiders, and she definitely didn't like she had any loyalty. You can't rock with somebody who has that type of
Yeah, I agree.
temperament. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I don't know her personally, so
No,
we
I-
don't know what
no.
the situation
Yeah.
is. But
True, that's
she
fair.
she definitely added some credence to the allegations against her brother by siding with some lawyer who she was married to at the time, who essentially
She's single now.
called them out.
She's single now. She's not marrying him.
Well, she did what she did, and it won't be undone. So she's at the bottom. Like I will put her. I don't even know Rebe. I will put Rebe above her.
Damn! Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like she would be the ninth child. Okay, that's how I look at it. And that's all I gotta say about that. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching award season. We appreciate the views. We appreciate the interest.
In the comments.
And you can
Oh,
like.
speaking of the comments, Sterling K. Brown.
Oh yeah,
liked our video.
Yeah, Sterling K. Brown actually,
Shout out to him.
yeah, he put a like on the comment, whatever. So I appreciate that. Yeah,
Definitely.
But and it wasn't baiting for you to say anything, brother. We it's completely because we believe what we believe about what you got going on,
True.
and we support your
And
career.
he's gonna win the Oscar.
And I said 2. He's gonna win 2 Oscars.
Minimum 2.
Yeah, he's gonna win 2.
Yeah.
I firmly believe that.
Yeah,
He's gonna win
totally.
2.
No.
He'll probably win his best supporting, and he'll get a best actor.
No
eventually.
doubt, no
it
doubt.
might take like 5 to 10 years.
No matter,
for him,
he's
but
getting
he's gonna
it.
get it. He's gonna get it.
It's clean.
He's that guy.
It's clean.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
clean.
he's that guy.
Yeah.
All right, so thank you for watching award season.
See you next time.
Yeah.
Your hustle for your last name, legacy. Your family, legacy. Your legacy, legacy. It's all about your last name, legacy. Your family, legacy. Your legacy. Always remember that. Never forget that. Never forget that.